Hey, Nighthawks!
We're academic coaches at UNG,
and we spend our days in coaching conversations,
talking all about your success in college,
the tough moments, the little wins,
understanding your strengths and the skills you need to thrive.
We're here to share real coaching moments,
offer you practical strategies,
and simple steps that you can apply today.
We believe you have what it takes to succeed at UNG,
and we're cheering you on every step of the way.
This is Nighthawk Coach Talk. Hey Nighthawks, welcome back. We are so glad you're here. Today I'm here with Sarah, who is our coach on the coming campus. Hey Sarah.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Well, today we're here to talk about all of the things that we wish freshmen knew as they walked in to college.
And even if you're not a freshman, I would plug, if you've been here for a little bit, Hannah and I have been looking at these tips, and we think that they would help you get the most out of your college experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So whether you're a freshman or whether you're a senior, I think these tips, this advice can be beneficial for you.
Definitely. But we came up with a list of things that we coaches wish every freshman could know.
Yes. You ready to dive in?
Yeah.
All right. So number one, would wish every freshman knew that you belong here at UNG and you belong in college in general. So I think a lot of times we get into this new space where we're like, oh, I don't know people. I don't know my surroundings. I don't know what I'm doing. And the fact that you got into UNG, the fact that you got into college is testament enough that you are meant to be here. You earned your spot here. You don't have to prove to anyone that you belong here because you already do. And it's just finding that place where you do belong. So I know for me, when I started at UNG, I was kind of struggling to find my place. I couldn't really find my people. Didn't really feel like I connected too much to campus. And it wasn't until I got into my major classes that I was like, ooh, yes, these are my people. This is where I belong. And I think I wish I would have kind of explored some more like major specific classes or interests before I even got into my program.
Yeah, everyone's story is different, but it takes a while to kind of find your spot and find your group and find your friends and where you fit, and that's okay.
Yeah. You were just in high school with people that you've probably grown up with your entire life, and you're in a brand new place. So belonging takes time, and you grow into finding your spot at UNG.
Sounds like patience is a virtue here.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely.
To use a cliche. Okay, so the second thing that we wish every freshman knew was that your grades don't define you. I think it's so easy to get that first test grade or exam grade back thinking it's going to be indicative of like, this is how I'm going to perform in college the whole time. And to get these expectations about it if it's high, or to get this disappointment if it's low. And it is a number, and your grade is not your worth. It does not define who you are. Yeah. I was telling Hannah, when I look back at my transcripts now, they tell the story of my life, right? And we are more than just humans taking classes, right? We're more than just students. And I can see semesters that I had a lot going on that were harder, right? And so those grades tell a different story. I can see really hard classes I had no idea how I was going to make it through. And I look back and I'm so proud of myself. I put in so much work and effort and studying and really, really dug deep. And I'm so proud of a grade I was able to pull out, whatever that looks like for you. So let your grades tell a story and not be indicative of your worth in that moment, in that singular time.
Yeah, absolutely. I also tell students, like, your first exam in your class doesn't define your abilities in that class. Because I think every time we start a new class, we have a new professor. We don't know what the tests are going to look like. We don't know what their grading looks like. And so almost using that first test as information on what is the professor asking? Where do they get their questions from? Are they more textbook heavy or lecture heavy? So using that as like information to inform the future.
Oh, absolutely. It kind of reminds me of dating.
It really does.
Like you're like every class is like a different person you're dating, and like you're figuring out like how that works and what that looks like. That could be a horrible example. But
No, I love
it
that.
made me laugh.
And then by the end of the semester, you're like, okay, we're breaking up. We're going to the next date.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm gonna go out with somebody else now. Yeah.
Or you might take the professor again. Like you really just had a great relationship. So you want to take another class that they offer.
Yes, you drive, your brain works, you understand their study guides. Like it's different for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's funny. So your grades don't define you was the moral of the story.
Yes. All right. Number 3, and I hear this all the time. Asking for help is not a weakness. It is actually a strength. So I think a lot of us come in with the mindset of, oh, I need to have this all figured out, or I need to be able to do this on my own. And that's simply not true. Asking for help is actually advocating for yourself and what you need so that you can be the best student and best person you can be. So I remember my first semester, I was like, nope, I don't need help. I got this. I'm gonna do it all on my own. And I then, like, once I got into like a few harder classes, I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna go to the writing center. And I was like, why did I wait so long? Because it was so extremely helpful. And I saved myself so much time, like just in anxiety and stress about assignments, when I could just go talk to someone and walk through it. So whether that's tutoring, counseling, career services, talking to your professor, all of that is just advocating for you and helping you grow into your best self.
I think there's several resources I didn't use in college that I look back now and I think, I wish I had used that. Why didn't I use that? They were there. Also, they were free. When I look for resources now.
Actually, we like to say included in your tuition.
Included in your tuition. You have to pay out of pocket for them now if I wanted to go get some career advice. I even was amazed that we have financial well-being. You can talk to somebody about finances here. Yeah. When you graduate and you go find a financial advisor, that's really expensive. Yeah. So there's so many resources and so many staff and faculty that really are so excited to when a student asks for help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And not to like super plug coaching, but executive coaching, y'all, like people who will actually like negotiate that into their contracts for executive positions because they know how valuable coaching is. And it can be pretty expensive if you get a coach out in the real world. So, I mean, come talk to us. We are included in your tuition.
I love it. Number 4, things we wish every freshman knew is time management is the real game changer. I think a lot of our coaching conversations amongst our whole staff with students is about time management. So know that you're not alone. When you start college, your free time kind of explodes.
Yeah.
Because high school is so structured, you have extracurricular activities. So like your day, there's something you're supposed to be doing every hour, every moment. And then college, you have a couple classes and there's so much in between time. It gives you a lot of autonomy over your time, which most college students are excited about. But then it can also be overwhelming to decide what to do with all that time, how to use it wisely. And then I start to hear about procrastination, right? Like, oh, I thought I had so much time and now it's due tomorrow. Or I'm trying to think of another example.
I like to tell students that when you're enrolled full-time, so that's like 12 to 15 hours, it really means like full-time, like a full-time job or like high school. So you're only in class for maybe 3 hours a week, but that 3-hour class, you're supposed to be spending time outside. And usually they say 2 to 3 hours per credit hour. So if you were in a 2-hour or a 3-hour class, then you should be spending at least 6 hours outside of class working on the coursework. So then if you're in a 12-hour credit hour load, that's 36-ish hours, which gets you your full time.
Full time, yeah. So it's a lot less directed time, but it is still full time.
Yes.
Small planning makes all the difference. So that's where coaching can help you figure out, how are we using our time? What are the gaps that we have in our schedule? What needs to be happening here? So that you can feel in control and prioritize what's important to you and feel like you're getting the most out of your college experience.
Absolutely.
Number 5, you don't have to have it all figured out. I love this one.
I know.
We all feel like we have to have it all figured out. I still feel like I have to have it figured out in this season that I'm in that's way past college. I think everyone at every point is feeling like they need to know how to have it figured out in high school, how to have it figured out in college, how to have it figured out for your career, as a parent. But we're all navigating uncertainty, things we can't control. Yeah. And we're all feeling that self-doubt, right? Like that's human. So know that you're not alone. You do not have to have it all figured out. And that's coaching would be happy to talk with you about any of these things.
Yeah. That kind of leads me into the last one. Because you don't have to have it all figured out, college is really a time for you to explore. So I know when I started college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And I ended up changing my major. And actually, I was looking this up earlier. 80% of students change their major at least once.
Oh my gosh, I changed my major.
You did? Yeah. How many times? Just once.
But we're in the 80%.
We're in the 80%. And so very few people, like 20%, that's so tiny. 20% of people stick with the same major that they start with. So if you change your major in college, that's totally fine. That's totally normal. A lot of times we'll take a class and we'll be like, ooh, I don't think I actually like biology as much as I thought I would. So I don't think I want to be a nurse. Or, I actually really enjoyed my psych class. So maybe I kind of want to explore that as a major. So feel free to be open to those experiences. Go in with curiosity, go in with an open mind, and just say, okay, what do I not like about this? What do I like about this? And how can I translate that into what I want to do in the future?
Yeah, what feels hard about this? What feels natural? Like what comes naturally to me about this? There's a lot to discover about yourself, which is where electives can be fun too. So maybe throw in a fun class or a class that you never thought you'd take.
Yeah.
Might surprise you.
I think that's also, a lot of people are like, oh, I have core classes I have to take that don't apply to my major. But the reason they're there is to help you explore. And so you might take a psych class. I love psychology, so that's my go-to. But
sure,
you might take a psychology class and be like, oh my gosh, that was actually really cool. I loved getting to talk about the brain and how it works. And so maybe I want to pursue that a little bit more and take the second psych class. So use those opportunities as a time to just be curious and open-minded.
I was so nervous about a public speaking class that I had to take, and kind of hated it because you got to get up in front of people and you're like vulnerable. But I actually loved the adrenaline rush of the storytelling of public speaking. And so while I didn't love necessarily public speaking, it told me a lot about how much I loved storytelling, and I ended up pursuing communications degree. So there are pieces that you can learn about yourself, even in classes that are harder that you maybe don't love as much.
Yes. And look at you here now on a podcast.
Yes. Now I'm public speaking on a podcast. So
you never know how it'll all tie in.
Hannah, what advice do you have for freshmen?
Okay, if I could pick one piece of advice to give freshmen, I would say give yourself grace. This is new for you. This is a whole new experience, a whole new opportunity, all new people. So give yourself grace. Be willing to just go with the flow. Be kind to yourself, and be open to all the new things that are coming. What about you? What would you give?
I think I would say just start, even if you're not sure how, or even if it's not even imperfectly, right? Just get started. I think sometimes starting is the hardest part.
Yeah.
And so if you can at least, and sometimes starting means asking for help, like we talked about, right? Like getting started could be going to the writing center and saying, I need help with writing this paper. I don't know how to get started. I sometimes want to put off starting because I'm like, I'm not sure how it's going to go, or I'm worried I'm not going to do well on this assignment, right? Or performance anxiety kicks in. So just start, even if messy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, those are our top 6 tips. So 1, you belong here at UNG. You are supposed to be here. Number 2, your grades absolutely do not define you, good or bad. It is just feedback, just part of the learning. Number 3, asking for help really is a strength, and it's advocating for your best self and helping you become the best version of you. Number 4, Time management is a game changer. Make sure you start with a plan or talk to a coach about how you could maybe manage your time in college because it's different. Number 5, absolutely do not have to have it all figured out. We are out of college and we still don't have it all figured out.
Totally.
And most people don't. So that is totally okay to be exploring. And number 6, college is this time to explore. So don't be afraid to try clubs, to try groups, to get involved on campus, whatever it is, change your major. College is this time to explore.
We want to hear if one of these resonated with you, if you connected with it. And we also want to plug that coaching is a great space to be curious. And so feel free to book a session to explore more about any of these things that we talked about. And we hope to see you soon.
Have a good one.